the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Starring that jetty Jerry O'Lace, Rocket J. Squirrel, and his pal, Bullwinkle the Moose.
Hi, glad to see you again.
Likewise.
We got some great things on the show today.
Like what? Like what?
Well, you ought to know, Bullwinkle. You're in some of them.
Well, let's get started.
Well, the Kerwood Derby has really been an on-again, off-again proposition. The latest on was when Rocky said...
Put it on, Bullwinkle. Maybe you can tell us what time we'll arrive in Washington.
Easy. We'll figure the circumference of the standard wheel disc times the rate of speed computed sigma times the inverse square of the logarithm of the cosine and tangent.
Sure, we will.
And the latest off was when Boris hurled a boomerang which neatly lifted the Derby from Bullwinkle's dome and began to return it to the villains.
Darling, it's working.
Of course, when I throw boomerang, it always goes in perfect circle.
Careful, darling. Nobody's perfect. Go ahead, Bullwinkle.
Go ahead and what?
Sigma your inverse cosiner. Uh-oh, your derby's gone again.
The wind must have blew it all.
Stop the train!
Well, here it comes, Natasha. Now I
But
just...
the boomerang was just a little too high for Boris to reach, and as a result, it went past him in a wide arc and headed right back toward our heroes. Derby was deposited neatly on his head again.
And we'll be in Washington at 7:32.5 p.m.
Bullwinkle, it's back again.
Me, certainement, mon ami.
But the steam is coming out of your ears. You better take it off. Well, Boris, you were right. Boomerang goes in perfect circle. First to them,
Then to us,
then back to them.
then... Hey, I just figured out.
What?
It should be coming back to us again. If...
Congratulations, darling. You were right again.
Who needs it?
Well, just as Bullwinkle had predicted, their freight train rolled into Washington at 7:32.5, and our boys dashed into town to deliver the Kerwood Derby to a responsible government agency. Unfortunately, by now it was 7:40 p.m.
Go away, we're closed for the day.
But this is important.
What is?
What we got in this hat box is...
Let me ask you, will it explode before 10 a.m.?
No, but it...
Will it melt?
No.
Will it go flat?
No,
Then
but...
come back in the morning.
Will somebody see us?
I don't know, but I'll be off duty then.
Golly, what are we gonna do?
Say, I don't want to be a nosy Parkov, but aren't you Rocky and Bullwinkle?
That's right. Who are you?
Allow me to introducing myself. Hail, fellow J. Beckslap, official Washington greeter.
Greeter.
Listen. Welcome, welcome, welcome! Welcome, come.
Say, that's a pretty good greeting, all right.
Sounds like his welcome is wagon. But haven't we met before, Mr. Backslap?
I'd know you if we did, stranger. I'm terrible on faces, but I never forget a pair of antlers.
Well, maybe you can help us get a room, Mr. Backslap.
Can I help you get a room? Can I help you get a room?
You notice kind of an echo around here?
How would you like to spending the night in the little White House?
What's the little White House?
It's where the special friends of the president stay.
You mean we're special friends of the president?
Why not, Rock? I've been voting the straight bull moose ticket for years.
Gee, swell. Lead us to it.
And hail fellow J. Backslap led them down a dimly lit street to a house that was shabby, run down, and very sinister.
But it is white, sorta.
Golly, is this where the president's special friends stay?
Yes, and what's more, he's inside waiting for you.
He is?
Oh, he shouldn't have done it. Just a phone call would have been enough.
Well, for once, Boris wasn't lying. The president was waiting inside, but it was the president of the Liquidate Rocky and Bullwinkle Club, fearless leader himself.
And the meeting will come to order.
Be with us next time for All in Fever Say Aye, or The Emotion is Carried.
Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto! Ooh, don't know my own strength.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Once in a kingdom there was a king who was such a great king that he was fit for a king. He was handsome and brave, his castle was paid for, and he had the pink slip to the royal carriage. He even had a swimming pool shaped like a swimming pool. But for all this, he did have one little fault.
Oh, honey, dearest.
Whom is it you wish, sire?
My wife, the queen, that's whom.
But, sire, you're not married.
Oh? Maybe that's why I can't find her.
Yes, the king was absent-minded and couldn't seem to remember anything. He had forgotten to ever marry. Knowing that every king should have a queen, he discussed the matter with his prime minister.
What shall I do?
Get married.
If I'm ever going to have a queen, I'll have to have some help.
So saying, he took a wishbone from his pocket that he had been saving for just such an emergency, snapped it, got the biggest half, and said his wish.
Help!
With that, there was a tinkling of tiny bells, a blinding flash of light, and a beautiful blue fairy appeared.
I'm a magic blue fairy, and I can help you get a queen.
I am all ears.
I know, but I can still help you get a queen.
Taking the king to a golden chariot, they soared up into the sky, raced among the clouds, and finally came to rest in a deep forest.
Well, it's a nice way to travel, but you'll have to admit, those landings are a little rough.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Now, where is this beautiful princess who is to be my queen?
She's a lovely princess, and she's in that castle on yon mountain.
Good. Let's go get her.
Well, first you must slay the terrible giant who lives in the woods.
Bye.
Hey, wait! With this magic sword, you can defeat him easily.
Well, that was encouraging, and the king bravely entered the woods where he soon came face to face with the giant.
Yourself. Now stick 'em up.
The king could have simply slain the giant on the spot, but for one thing, he had forgotten the magic sword. The giant gave the hapless king a terrible beating.
He threw you nearer the castle, so you passed that obstacle. You were lucky.
Yeah, lucky. Now let's go get the princess.
Hey, not so fast. Next, you must pass through the huge, vicious thorn bush that surrounds the castle.
I could never get through there.
You can when I tell you the secret, and that's to be brave, for the thorns will part to let a brave man pass.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, that sounds easy enough. Stand back.
He ran headlong toward the vicious thorns, but also running true to form, he forgot to be brave, chickened out, and...
Did it again, eh?
Yeah, looks like.
Well, never you mind. I'll just wave my magic wand and make those old vicious thorns disappear. There we go.
Hey, why didn't you tell me you could do that before?
Well, you didn't ask me.
Well, anyway, now we can go in the castle and get the princess to be my queen.
No, not quite yet. First, you must do away with the wicked witch that guards her.
Problems. Why so many problems?
It's the breaks, boy. Beautiful princesses just don't come easy in these fairy tales.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay. What's the gimmick with the wicked witch?
I'll give you a magic word that'll make her disappear.
And that is?
Thundervogel.
Wouldn't you know it? Me with a lousy memory.
So, armed with the magic word, the king ran into the castle and...
Ha-ha! Now, you wicked witch.
Hold it. I'm the beautiful princess. That's the wicked witch over there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Ha-ha! Now, you wicked witch.
So, a handsome king who dares to enter my castle, eh? Well, just for that, I'll turn you into a toad. Higgledy-piggledy, my black hen.
Stop!
What for?
For I have a magic word that'll make you disappear. And it is,
Well, get on with it.
Thundervogel!
It was a miracle. The king had remembered the word, and the wicked witch disappeared in a cloud of green smoke. But so happy was the king by the fact that he finally remembered something, he completely forgot why he was there.
Yippee! I remembered!
Weeks went by, and of course, the absent-minded king did not return to his kingdom, for he was unable to remember which kingdom was his. Finally, he chanced to pass a lovely young girl from whom he asked directions, and when she put her dainty finger to her chin to think over the question...
Pardon me, but I can't help noticing that you have a string tied around your finger. What's it for?
To help me remember.
Remember what?
I don't know. I forgot.
The girl, it seemed, was as absent-minded as the king, and needless to say, there was such a common bond, they fell in love. And so it was that, what's his name, married, what's her name in Who's It, and they lived, life happily ever after.
For all you poetry lovers, Bullwinkle's Corner.
Hello there, cat fanciers. Today's poem is that soul-stirring classic, I Love Little Pussy. Where's the pussycat, Rock?
Over there, but it's not really.
Poem. I love little pussy. Her coat is so warm. And if I don't hurt her, she'll do. No, Rock, this is a tiger.
I know. The pet store made a mistake.
So I'll not pull her tail or drive her away. But Pussy and I very gently will play.
Bullwinkle, what are you doing up here?
I'm looking from a poetry book.
Why, look up here. You lost it down there.
Yeah, but up here the light's better. Private Bullwinkle, sir, with a message.
Just in time.
Is it important?
Is it? Just look.
Peabody, Sherman, and way back here. Sherman is the one opening the package.
Gee, Mr. Peabody, just what I've always wanted. A skirt?
Those are kilts. I bought them for today's journey.
That must mean we're going to Scotland, right?
Right. We kilted ourselves, set the Wayback Machine for the year 1745, and we're on our way. Before you could say Brobrich nicht, we were standing outside a thatched cottage in the city of Aberdeen. We were about to enter when suddenly a detachment of British soldiers burst out of the night and broke down the cottage door.
Hands high, everyone!
You got no right coming in here that way.
Hold on to your tongue now. We know you're riding him. Hand him over.
Hand who over?
Him.
Who's him? I mean him.
Bonnie Prince Charlie. He's under arrest.
Well, you'll not find him here. This is Scottish soil, and you got no right to persecute the poor lad.
But the soldier paid no heed and ordered his men to search the cottage. After creating a shambles, they left.
That was a close one.
You mean Bonnie Prince Charlie was here all the time?
Aye, laddie. And unless we smuggle him down to the sea, I'm afraid he's doomed.
Mr. Peabody will see that he gets away, won't you, Mr. Peabody?
Sherman, I'd much rather shop for bagpipes than go...
It's a deal.
You sell bagpipes?
No, I mean about you escorting the Bonnie Prince to the sea.
There was no way out. The old Scotsman went to a closet in which Bonnie Prince Charlie was undoubtedly hiding.
This should be easy, Mr. Peabody. All we have to do is disguise him.
What as, a tree? For Bonnie Prince Charlie stood 9 feet tall.
Jeepers, he's big.
So is our task.
I don't know how you'll do it, but smuggle him out of Aberdeen and head for the ocean. There'll be a boat there waiting to take him to France.
We left the cottage and with our charge in tow made a beeline for the road leading out of Aberdeen.
Oh, my gosh, look, Mr. Peabody. There's a British sentry guarding the road.
How does one get a 9-foot-tall prince past a sentry? I gave the problem 1 second of thought, and moments later, wearing a sweater with the word coach on it, I approached the sentry.
Halt! Who goes there?
I go there. Coach Peabody of the Aberdeen basketball team. Ah, here comes my team now. The sentry was practically mesmerized. Out of the fog, dribbling their way, came Sherman and Charlie. And needless to say, the plan worked.
We're out of Aberdeen, Mr. Peabody. Now what?
Now we... Charlie? Charlie, are you up there, Charlie?
Golly, Mr. Peabody, where is he?
The fog cleared momentarily, and we got the answer. Charlie had dribbled his way back into Aberdeen. Let me see, Sherman. What would a 9-foot prince do with a basketball? Of course, he'd look for a basket. Wasting no time, we ran to Aberdeen Square Garden, bought 2 tickets to the game, and dashed inside. There on the court, blissfully dribbling his freedom away, was Charlie.
This place is packed with English soldiers.
But due to the fact that all basketball players are tall, Charlie went undiscovered. That is, until he made the game-winning basket. And that's when he put on a sweatshirt, one with his name emblazoned on the back, of course.
Oh, it's him. Grab him there. It's the prince, it is.
Things looked black, and I made them blacker. The resulting confusion enabled us to sneak away. A short time later...
Well, we reached the coast, Mr. Peabody. Our job is over.
Not quite. We're supposed to turn the prince here over to a waiting boat.
I don't see any boat.
I don't either. All I see are British soldiers.
And they're heading this way.
I knew we had to hide Charlie and hide him fast.
But he's too tall to hide.
Then we'll cut him down to size. Do you dig?
You bet I dig, Big Daddy. Like I'm hip.
No. I mean dig as in excavation.
Oh.
Sherman promptly fell to his knees and began scooping sand. You'd better let me do that, Sherman. After all, I've had more experience. I dug in and dug out. In no time at all, I had a 6-foot hole into which I put Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Gee, now he looks 3 feet tall.
The soldiers quickly converged upon us.
Oi! You blokes seen anything of a 9-foot tall prince?
Sorry, sir, but we haven't.
We seemed to have fooled them until one sharp-eyed grenadier spotted a ring on Bonnie Prince Charlie's finger.
Them initials BPC, what do they stand for?
Buy Peabody's chestnuts. My name is Peabody, and I sell chestnuts. The trooper was satisfied and left. A half hour later, a ship appeared and ran a plank to the shore.
Goodbye, Mr. Prince, Your Majesty.
Bonnie Prince Charlie went aboard. As a token of his appreciation, Sherman and I received one of his horses.
He sure is beautiful.
That he is, and I'm surprised to say he doesn't even hurt.
You expected him to hurt you?
Well, Charlie horses usually do.
Last time, you remember, our heroes weren't able to turn the Kerwood Derby over to a responsible government agency due to the fact that they showed up in Washington after closing hours.
But this is a crisis.
In this town, Buster, everything's a crisis.
And as if that weren't enough, they were flim-flammed by Boris Badenov, who pretended to be an official greeter.
Hello, my friends. Hello. With my guitar, I sing to you.
You don't have a guitar.
I don't have an entertainment license either.
It's okay. That wasn't entertainment.
Come on, wise guy. Wise one.
And Boris had taken them to the Little White House, which happened to be neither little nor particularly white.
But it is a house, and inside is the president.
The president?
Oh, boy.
Yes, the president of the Let's Liquidate Rocky and Bullwinkle Club.
Gee, we can give him the Kerwood Derby.
I don't know if it'll fit over all that hair.
And Rocky reached for the handle of the door just as, I can't watch. Tell me what happened.
All righty. Suddenly, a mysterious voice comes from nowhere.
Who said that?
Don't look at me.
Thanks.
And then 2 round eyes appeared out of nothing.
And a scooch gun, too.
Aimed right at you-know-who.
Me? That's who?
Bullwinkle, do you know who that is?
Sure, it's Mr. Backslap.
No, those 2 voices.
The Invisible Man plus 1?
No, it's Cloyd and Gidney, the Moon Man.
Oh, boy.
So it is. How come you fellas to be here?
Oh, we've been on your trail for days, Bullwinkle.
Ever since you left the convention.
The Moose Convention?
Moose Convention?
I thought you said Moon Convention, Clyde.
I thought it was Moon Convention, Gidney.
Well, anyway, here we are. Hand it over.
And what over?
The Kerwood Derby. We came to take it back.
Never.
Never.
You said it.
Because it makes anyone who wears it the smartest person in the world.
That's right, and that's why we need it.
Yeah, but so do we.
And so do I.
But we need it more than you need it.
How come that?
You tell him, Clyde. No, you.
All right, I will.
We really need it for King Nosmo.
And the 2 Moon Men told our heroes the fabulous story of their Moon King, Nosmo the One-Half. Nosmo was the only child of King Ugbert the Ugly and Queen Ethelred the Unready. He was raised in the lap of lunar luxury and sent to the moon's finest schools. But at his final examinations...
Very well, Your Highness. How much is 2 and 2?
What's a 2?
How do you spell catalog?
C-A-T. C-A-T, that's cat.
Come, my boy. What follows cat?
D-O-G, dog.
Let's face it, Your Majesty, Nosmo's just one of those misfits.
Nevertheless, Lyndon, he is a prince.
Okay, he's one of those misprints.
Better. And someday he's going to rule the moon.
That is going to rule the moon?
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy, don't tell me.
One day under his rule and we're doomed.
You're right, Lyndon. Very well. Summon the wizard.
Summon the wizard.
Summon the wizard.
Summon the wizard. Hey, Wiz! Yeah, right away. What'll it be, fellas? What'll it be? Card trick? Magic flowers? Genie out of the bottle?
You call...
No, nothing like that.
All right, cool it, Gene. What's the problem?
We need something to make Nosmo smart.
How about a good belt right
No, not that kind of smart.
We want to make him intelligent.
Oh, you're kidding, aren't you? I can't do anything for you today.
Why not?
It's the end of the episode.
My goodness, so it is. Be with us again when we'll see Too Much Too Moon or What Makes Luna Tick.
Well, I guess that about wraps up another Rocky show.
Certainly hope you enjoyed it. I did. I always say.
Bullwinkle, time for us to go.
Already? Okay, but first, here are some of the people who made this show impossible.
That's not all.
My fingers get tired. Oop! Got away from me again.
Well, see you next time. Ready, Bullwinkle?